virtual reality, but it's not just for Hollywood. NFL teams are using it to help their quarterbacks. Today, as part of our ongoing series, Ford Technology That Works, we're looking at how virtual reality, or VR, is helping the NFL. Brendan Riley is the CEO of Aeon Sports VR, and you've created not only the headsets, but the software. How did you come up with this?
Well, it all began, I was a student assistant for Bill Self at the University of Kansas, and then I was an assistant coach at Illinois State, and I wanted to find a better way to teach and train our athletes. There's this huge gap between on-court repetitions or on-field repetitions and being able to learn away from the field. And what I wanted to do was supplement that and find a better way to teach and train.
Okay, so let's talk about this product here. These are the virtual reality headsets, and there's a couple different models. So when I put my face into this thing, all of a sudden it turns on. I'm looking at videos of a UCLA practice. Can you describe, I mean, what am I feel like I'm on the field right now.
So there's two ways of doing it. And what you're looking at right now is what we call our live action VR. And basically, we'll give you an example of what that looks like. Basically, it's actually 360-degree captured real live action of your experience. And that's really, really helpful for athletes that want to key on specific things, look at where does the first guy step. And what's really interesting is we can stream this to your smartphone. The other thing we do is we have a kind of like a Madden-esque version of it that allows you to read and react and do some basic setups based on the kind of defense you're going to play. So at the football level, you're really helping the quarterbacks do your pre-snap reads from both real live action game film as well as computerized generation.
Okay, so this is actually a phone.
Yeah.
The software is downloaded on. You just put it right here into the VR headset and you're ready to roll.
Exactly.
Amazing. Okay, when I was looking at this, I was like right behind, Josh Rosen, the UCLA quarterback, looking at what he's looking at. So what have you heard from the athletes themselves about how they've been using this and whether or not it's working for them?
I made the mistake of giving my phone number to a lot of the athletes. And
Mistake?
I thought it was like, oh, cool, they want our technology and everything. I get texts literally 10 times a day from NFL players, college players. Hey, can we get this? They love the technology.
What do they like about it?
They like the ability to get a competitive edge. They understand that there's a gap between game film and on-field reps, and they see, you can tell the guys that are really hungry, they see this as a way to get a competitive edge over the traditional ways of training.
Okay, when you put this on, and when I did, I could go basically 360 degrees. I was seeing everyone from the water boys and the assistant coaches to the people who are just hanging out on the sidelines. It is very true to form, but it's obviously not a game. And even Jason Light of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I know a team you've worked with, has said there's nothing that's going to be a substitute for an actual game. But how close does this get? And I guess, what does it give them if it's not the actual game?
It's all about reads and recognition and making sure that in that environment that you're going to be, the way we currently train athletes, when you look at game film, it's kind of like you're studying for a science test, but you're really going to go take a math test. Because you may be a savant in the film room, but that doesn't necessarily correlate when you have a 300-pound guy chasing after you. So you want to get those repetitions just like fighter pilots train. You want to get those repetitions in the actual environment that you're getting them in. And that's what virtual reality can do. It will never replace on-the-field reps.
Sure.
You got to go out there and do that. But it's the next best thing to on-the-field reps.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't hurt as much, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so this stuff looks really fancy. How much does this retail for?
So when we've worked with a lot of like NFL coaches, Major League Baseball players in developing.
That makes me think it's really expensive.
Well, that's where because in today's world, because we can do this from the smartphone now, it's just literally an app that the athletes download on their phone and they get the virtual reality content. So we sell packages to high school and youth quarterbacks. We sell them for $39. We even sell the headset $99. So you can get the whole thing for less than $150. And that is equivalent of about the amount of reps and coaching you're getting is the equivalent to roughly a full summer's worth of repetitions of private QB coaching.
Yeah.
So we're about how do we knock down the barriers of needs to facilities, needs to have 21 other guys running the plays with me. So allowing us to provide elite training at an affordable cost has been our mantra from day one.
And it's also, you cannot hear the coaches cursing at any of the players. I did not hear Jim Moore Jr. yelling at Josh Rosen when I was looking at this tape, so that's a bonus.
It's no cursing.
No cursing, it's clean. Okay, so it's not just, obviously, for football. You said you started off on the basketball court, but it's been baseball that has been another area you've explored.
And actually, baseball, I'd say, has been the most attention internally for us because of the competitive advantage. If I'm about to, let's say I'm a hitter and I'm about to go play against Clayton Kershaw, and I can actually take repetitions against the guy I'm about to go face, and you actually are taking full swings and you're getting haptic feedback and you're getting, the curveball come at you as if it's truly Clayton Kershaw's curveball. So we have designed a way to simulate those real live repetitions that those guys are going to get. Football, you're talking a lot of pre-snap reads and a lot of pre-snap decision. Baseball, that's a ongoing competitive edge that they only get in the game, and that's something that can really, really help those athletes.
Okay, so did Clayton Kershaw come to your office and agree to throw his curveball for you, or how do you get his exact, delivery?
That's the secret sauce, but I don't know if I'm going to make too many friends with pitchers per se, but it's
you have a scout.
We have a lot of very well connected major league officials. That's probably the best way to say it.
All right, very diplomatic of you. Okay, so the future of VR in sports. Where's it going?
I think VR is just the tip. I think it's the very, very tip of the iceberg. What we can see and what we can do is, I'm going to throw out buzzwords, but like augmented reality, mixed reality, and then connecting.
What does that mean?
So think, let's say football. I'm a quarterback. I put on the headset. I can step onto a physical field and actually play against holographic players.
Wow.
So those are things we actually can do now with our software, but you have to run around with your tablet, and that doesn't really, truly correlate to training. So when you're talking about virtual reality as it is today, it's all mental training. But over the next 2 to 3 years, what we can do is take it from mental training and start to introduce on-field actual repetitions. So now I'm a quarterback, I play for the New York Giants, and I'm at home in Southern California. I can get real live reps against defenses on a high school field, and I'm working out my footwork, my mechanics, and everything, all in the practice session.
That's pretty amazing. Do you find that young guys, say like a Jameis Winston, because I know that you've been working with the Tampa Bay Bucks, the fact that he's probably been playing video games for his entire life, does that make the younger generation more receptive, or do you find that the veterans, we'll call them that, have been really open to it as well?
It's really, we've seen it across, I'd say, any player in today's world, whether it's video games or our live action VR, they're receptive to anything that can get them a competitive edge. They don't really look at it like, that's technology. They look at it as, that's something that can help me win. And so we see the players really, really receptive from high school all the way up to pros. It's the coaches, the young coaches, they jump all over it. They're like, oh, this is crazy. And then you have the kind of older guys. But we've met with some really, really innovative guys that are old in age but fresh up here. And so I'd say it's really at the coaching level, kind of up to the individual.